Hey everybody, I thought we'd have a secondary look at the Chenyu battle shield. And I say that because I did cover this once before. I did a video about sliders with removable pivot pins. I covered this and two other ones, and I just thought this deserved a little bit of a closer look. And it came up in conversations on the group recently. Somebody had brought up a great question like, well, if you could only pick one slider, what would it be? And I decided on this one. And mainly because it's sort of a three-function slider. You have to do some disassembly to get there, and that's what I'd like to show you in better detail. But that's one reason. I think this would be a great first-time slider. The price is right, and it has all these functions. The other reason is because I just noticed that these are available on Amazon now in the States, and they're boasting a 10-day delivery. And that beats the heck out of trying to get something from China right now. My stuff's usually taken between 15 and 25 days. But you'll save a little money with AliExpress if you can stand the wait. A lot of people aren't comfortable dealing with overseas shipping like that. So to have this available on Amazon is a pretty good deal. 10-day delivery is a really good deal. And I just wanted to review it and talk about it. I don't think if I mentioned the price yet. It was about $80 on Amazon. If you were to get it on AliExpress, it'd be about 15 bucks less, maybe. This is stainless. I've seen it. You can only find stainless on Amazon, but on AliExpress I've seen stainless, copper, and titanium in mixtures. So it's not solid copper or solid titanium. It's a mix of stainless and the other two metals. But they look nice. This was just the least expensive, and I prefer stainless. It's like it's good, strong. It's going to take a drop a lot better than your softer metals, like copper for sure. But we're going to take it apart and show the various functions. But before we do that, let's go ahead and just cover some things I don't think I did on the first one. I know I didn't. We'll do the weight. About 90 grams. And a few dimensions. Getting 50 right on the nose. 29. Thickness 11. So the three functions are, right now it's a ball track slider. There's two balls on either side, and those can be popped out. Now that limits you to 2 clicks of travel in either direction. But it's nice and springy and loud and feels good. So that's nice for a ball slider. Then you can remove the balls, and the pin still has these two sides captured together. Then it becomes a pivot slider. When it's out in this position, we'll be able to spin it around. Now, to get the balls out, all you have to do is just tilt this top piece a little bit, and you can tell the top from the bottom because the top has an insignia here in the middle, the bottom doesn't. But we're going to tilt this up a little bit, just enough for the balls to come out. You'll see here. There we go. So there's 4 balls. And now, with the top side facing up, this is what I usually do. You can sit there and do that over and over and over again, but that's pretty pleasing. I've been trying to master a backward spin, but it really gets tricky to hold onto. But that's pretty awesome. That does a lot for me. Now, the third option is to have a free-floating slider, and that would be taking out this pivot pin. But to get at the pivot pin, we need to take the top off. So to aid in taking this apart, you can see it's like 4 levels, 4 layers of material here. The top and bottom piece both have an outside plate and then a surface plate. So those are held on with magnets, and all you have to do is pry them apart. You can use your fingernails, but if you just take something like my little trusty Swiss Army knife classic, I can get in there a lot easier. Pop that open. On the first video, I did not notice that these sides matter. You'll see this matching pattern. So this only fits on this side. And the other side has this matching groove, so you can't mix those up. And if you try, it won't work anyhow. You actually get kind of stuck. But so there are all the parts. Here's the top of the pin. It's like a nail head, and it slides back and forth in this groove. On this side is the top of the pin and a little rubber O-ring, and that sits in a groove on the pin. That keeps it from falling through. That's keep it. Otherwise, if that rubber O-ring wasn't there, it would drop out. And we can demonstrate the slider here in a skeletonized mode. Now it's upside down, but it does work just the same without the faceplates on. Now here's where I'll put out a special. I'd like to see this. I'd like to see somebody try this. You 3D printing designers out there, here's an opportunity. You could make plates, put the magnets in the same orientation, copy what you see here, and let's see some different colors and some different ideas. Maybe thicker plates. I don't know. Come up with something. But that's something we could definitely use in the community is more innovation. Now, I've tried different ways to get this O-ring out, and when you pull it apart the way I'm going to show you, it gets damaged, and it's getting damaged more and more. I only have a couple. I think this came with 3. I'm still on the first one. It's a little bit buggered up, but it's working okay. Now, I was going to say I've tried different things. I've tried using my trusty Swiss Army knife toothpick to get in there, and it just won't go. I tried using a pin, and that wouldn't go. In fact, I think I was probably damaging the O-ring even more. So I've just determined that the best thing to do is probably just pull it apart, just like I did the first couple times. And we're just going to use a little bit of pressure to gently pull them apart. The O-ring should come out. There's the O-ring. Let's take a quick look at that. And the pin. So the O-ring is fairly small. And you probably can't see on the camera, but I did bugger it up a little bit. Now that goes onto the top of... Focus, you fucker. There it is. So here's your pin. Let's try this. There we go. Not very big, so you don't want to lose it. But now that the pin's out, we can go ahead and put these plates back on. And we have a free-floating slider. Unfortunately, and I said this is the unfortunate thing is that the magnets could stand to be a little bit stronger for this application. But if you're careful, you can ladder. And you could probably get quite fast at it. I'm out of practice. But you can see, do you see how loose? It's just a little loose. Now, if you're not doing tricks, it works fine, you know. But now you're not going to be able to use, if you're going to carry it like that, in my opinion, you might as well have the pin in it so that you can have a little bit of an extra feature there and spin it around. The only reason that I would want to take the pin out and use it as a free-floating slider like this is to eventually get better at my laddering. That's about the only trick I've ever learned. But I think that just about covers it. I think. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. And like I said, I think this is a good choice. If you could only pick one, it would be a great choice for first choice. $80 isn't bad for all you got here. Coming from Amazon, be quicker. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. And thanks for watching. Bye.